We've all seen them. Sometimes it's like this. Sometimes it's like this. And sometimes it's this nasty stuff. And to be frank, they all look pretty dumb, and they're probably not going to make any hits. So in today's episode of How to Gun, we're going to go over proper grip and stance to get you looking cool and shooting proficiently. Alright, so before we get into this, guys, I want to make it clear, this is not a video for extremely fast, high-speed gun guy Instagram shooting. This is simply for people who are new to shooting and maybe haven't done it at all, and want to make sure that they're doing it safely when they start. Okay, so we're going to start with long guns, and I say long guns, not rifles and shotguns, because for our purposes, shooting safely on a range, stance and grip are going to be pretty much the same. And to get started, you want a stance that is going to absorb and mitigate recoil. So it's kind of just an athletic position, your feet shoulder width apart, a little bit of bend in the knee, and your body presenting square to the target. For grip, obviously, on a rifle it's pretty straightforward. Hand on the pistol grip, and your support hand goes somewhere on the handguard. There's a couple different schools of thought on this. The modern idea is a C-clamp. There is the old school rifle hold or the foregrip hold. I prefer this because I think it gives me more control over the gun in general. And then pull the rifle tight back into the pocket of your shoulder and make sure you push into the rifle. A lot of new shooters will have a tendency to do this and hide from the rifle, and that makes it really hard to control recoil and make hits. And once you're in a good, comfortable position, make sure you're holding the rifle tight. And you're ready to go. Okay, so you've taken a couple shots, you're a little bit more familiar with what the gun is going to do under recoil. Now you have to control the recoil. And the idea there is what's called push-pull. And you want to pull the rifle into your body and push your body into the rifle. So you're working against yourself to control the recoil. But just as a little bit of demonstration, I'm going to hold the rifle kind of loose. I'm not going to push-pull. I'm not sure if there was a noticeable difference that you can see, but you can definitely feel the difference and see it in your sight picture. Okay, to better illustrate that, we're going to step it up a notch with something with a little bit more recoil, 12 gauge. Mind you, don't try this one at home. This is a little dangerous. You could get a bruise on your shoulder if you don't hold the 12 gauge tight. I'm going to hope I don't hurt myself. Auto racks, at least. So obviously you're not going to be shooting standing up all the time. Sometimes you're going to want to shoot from a rest, you're going to want to crouch or go prone, and that's totally fine. Once you're comfortable with the standing shooting position, feel free to move around, experiment a little bit, find what positions work for you. Just make sure you're in a stable position where you can shoot comfortably and safely. So handguns in general are a little bit trickier to master than a rifle because you only have the one point of contact. And because of that, a good, consistent, repeatable stance and grip is more important if you want to make hits consistently. So your stance, lower body, almost identical to a rifle, feet shoulder width apart, a little bit of bend at the knees, an athletic stance. But the grip on a handgun is much more important. So the modern doctrine for a pistol is what's called the thumbs forward grip. And that starts with your dominant hand holding the pistol as high up in this beaver tail as you can. And that'll keep the bore axis low and make recoil easier to control. Your support hand, your fingers wrap around the front, and sort of like on a golf club, your thumbs lay forward over top of each other, and that gives you a good stable grip for both aiming and recoil control. Okay, so you have a good grip now. The push-pull, the recoil control in your pistol happens between your hands. Your dominant hand is going to drive the gun forward, and your support hand is going to pull a little bit of tension back to help keep the gun from rocking. And you can see how well this... Very little recoil with this grip. So the one exception to this rule, you cannot do a thumbs forward grip on a revolver. You are exposing your thumbs to the harmful gases coming out of here, and there's a good chance you burn or seriously hurt yourself. So what is recommended usually is to wrap your thumbs forward, keep them out of the line of the cylinder, and you won't get hurt. So hopefully you're a little bit more comfortable shooting and handling your guns on a flat range. And if you'd like to become more proficient, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned because we have more advanced guides coming out in our How to Gun series. We'll see you later.